It's happened. We are back to the Punchline podcast, and a lot has gone wrong in the world of MMA. Before we get into it, what do they need to do, Farhan?
They need to hit that bell end.
Hit that bell end until it's sore. Make sure you subscribe. If you hit the bell end, you'll know when we're going to be on, and that's good for everyone involved. I also think it's a good idea for you to follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, where I'm not very popular at the moment. Oopsie. But we'll get to that in a second.
Apple, Spotify.
Whatever Apple is, Spotify, your mum's phone, your auntie's phone, your sister's Snapchat memories. We're all there.
Yeah.
We're all there. Farhan, UFC 282, get us going from the main event.
It's the best card of the year up until the co-main event, first of all. But, yeah, main event. Jan Blachowicz, Magomed Ankalaev ends in a split draw. I thought, watching it, when I first was watching the main event, I was like, Ankalaev did enough to win. I thought round 1 was close, but I had Ankalaev. I thought round 2 was definitely Jan. I thought round 3, I had Ankalaev winning, but I get why Jan won because, you know, the damage from the leg kicks. 4 was definitely Ankalaev, and 5 was definitely a 10-8 for Ankalaev. So I was thinking Ankalaev's going to win, and just based on, like, you know, how the fight ended with Jan on the floor, it just looked like Ankalaev was going to win. So at the time, I was shocked that it was a draw. But looking back on it, I'm like, could have been a draw, you know?
Yeah. I think if you go off rules of thumb, when you initially watch a fight, it looked and felt like Ankalaev was the clear winner. But I agree, when you watch it back, it feels a lot different. I'll tell you what I appreciate when I watched it back, right? Yeah. That's a high-level MMA bout.
That was, yeah.
Because it started off as a striking match, and then when one was getting the better of the other, when Jan was landing those leg kicks, Ankalaev did what MMA's all about, and he changed where the bout was taking place by taking it to the ground.
Yeah.
And was controlling him.
Ankalaev's so fucking tough, man.
So tough. Oh.
Bro, he had no legs.
No legs.
The guy had no legs, and he was doing well standing for a little bit, and then, you know, he managed to get it to the ground. And, yeah, the guy's just so tough, man. And it was kind of heartbreaking to see at the end, you know, he was very emotional. He might have said some things which, you know, pissed off Dana, but you can understand why he was so emotional. Like, that was, you know, it was meant to be his moment. It was meant to be his belt. He was meant to take that back home to Dagestan, so, you know.
If you feel like you've been robbed, essentially what you're saying is, I'm getting half the amount of money I could have got.
I think the title fight is different. I think title fight, they have a set pay already.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he was getting pay-per-view points for this.
No, not pay-per-view points, but I think they get like a set.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a win bonus for title fights.
I don't think title fights show win.
Well, it's different because it's a vacant title, technically.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are.
Interim title, they get paid like normal.
Well, essentially, in a high-stakes bout, I'll reword it, man. In a high-stakes bout, if you feel like you've been robbed, what you're essentially saying is, I'm now about to lose out on massive financial opportunities.
Yeah, being champion's huge.
Changes your life financially. Changes your life financially.
You'll be like a hero back home, you know? You'll be like Islam level.
There's a lot on the line.
Level. And, you know, he's a big dude as well. So, like, you know, he's like bigger fighters are always, you know, treated with more respect as well. So, do you see, I don't know, like, do you think Dana White? Do you think Dana White's a casual? Because Dana White said, I kind of zoned out after the third round, man. Bro, round 1 to 3 was a good fight. I get round 4, 5 was, you know, ground focused, but still, it's not boring.
That was not a boring fight.
It was exciting because you're watching a guy with no legs try and, you know, out grapple like a monster like Jan Blachowicz, and for Dana to say, zoned out, man, it was boring. I don't know. I kind of thought it was disrespectful. I
think a lot's gone wrong for the UFC this week. We saw Dana White just overreacting to shit because he's stressed and angry.
He was going at Jared Gordon for like, he didn't put it on him in the third round. He didn't put him on. Yeah. That's why he lost. But Paddy didn't do anything in the third round. Yeah. Paddy did fuck all. So what's that all about?
Yeah. Someone wrote on Twitter, which I love, is like, Dana White is a master at getting angry at perfectly reasonable questions.
Oh, man. The guy asked him about McGregor and Chandler, and he's like...
I literally never fucking said that.
Like, what the hell? What's wrong with him?
So much anger in him.
He's like, I'm in a good mood, so I gave 8 bonuses out or whatever, but he was, like, pissed off the whole time.
Yeah.
He was so angry, and it was just like... Yeah, it was just it was a bit of an icky. It was a bit aggressive that night. I don't know.
I think the UFC like to go out on a bang. Last card of the year,
Last
and
pay-per-view,
last pay-per-view of the year, and that wasn't it.
Nah,
for them.
it was almost like the card was great. Like it was like what 3, 5. It was like 10 finishes in a row. 1, 2, 3. I can't even count.
Really, for the main event, I think it was the third round.
Yes,
That is the swing round.
yeah. I think the third round was still good. It's just the fourth round is when he took him down, and
It was clear.
yeah,
First two clear for.
Yeah.
That's a draw then.
How did you score the main event?
First two Jan.
You thought, yeah.
Yeah, and then the middle one, third round, not a clue.
Okay.
And then fourth and fifth, Ankalaev. How did you have it?
At the time of watching, I had Ankalaev 1, Jan 2. 3 was too close to say, but I had Ankalaev just because he did a bit more. 4, 5, Ankalaev, and the last one was a 10-8. But
That's not a robbery then, is it?
No, but the way I said it would be a robbery, but looking back on it, round 1 and 3 were very close.
Yeah.
So you could easily say Jan. So then, in that case, no, it wasn't a robbery.
Yeah, I think sometimes the word robbery gets overthrown.
I think it looked like a robbery because of the way Jan was just like out. Not like out, but like he was like slumped on the floor at the end of the fight, looking defeated.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, you're not supposed to score a fight on rules of thumb and biases like that.
Yeah.
Objectively, it's not pride.
Yeah.
You know, if it was pride, maybe you can look at it like that. But it's got to go round by round, and
Oh,
by the criteria
if it
of the
was
thing,
one-
it's not a robbery. It's a debatable decision.
if it was one championship rules, Ankalaev's the champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on
or pride
how,
rules.
how the fight went is Ankalaev. Yeah.
If it was on the street
Yeah.
and they got pulled apart in
Yeah.
the fifth round,
Yeah.
we're like, fucking hell,
Yeah.
you did that guy dirty.
Yeah.
But that's not.
Ankalaev won based on the street test.
Yeah, on the street. But if you walk past two guys
Yeah.
after a fight,
Yeah.
you're like, that guy just fucked up that guy.
Yeah.
But that's not how MMA, especially in the UFC, is generally scored. And that's the issue. Although, Jan's attitude is what makes him
Jan-
such a respected figure.
Very, At the end, like I didn't really like how Joe Rogan interviewed him at the end while Jan
Leading
was
questions.
He was all concussed, and Joe Rogan was kind of like, he was trying to, get him to like admit like he kind of lost, and he was kind of swaying. It was a bit biased. I don't know. I didn't really like that from Joe Rogan. I thought a lot of people saying it was unprofessional. I don't know if it was unprofessional, but guy just got concussed. He's been went 5 rounds getting his head beaten, and don't know. And then it kind of hyped up Ankalaev even more because he's like, I think you won. So I don't know.
I feel, to be honest, but in the defense of UFC commentators, right, they have to do so much in quick time where there's going to be moments like that where they just kind of let their own thoughts, their biases maybe. And they're also paid for their opinions.
Yeah.
That's what they're there to do, is to give you opinions. I don't think Jan really had a problem with how the interview was going. I don't think if Jan's not offended, I don't think anyone else should be.
No, But how do you think both of them look? Because I think Jan looked surprisingly good. Because obviously we picked Ankalaev.
Yeah,
I didn't think Jan was gonna like chop his legs like that. I know he has the ability to do that. I just didn't think Ankalaev would be so affected and literally lose 2 legs.
yeah. I think I didn't give this fight enough thought of how it would go.
Ankalaev's striking looked clean at the start.
You can tell.
The speed was there. Like he had the speed advantage.
You can tell Jan had a lot of respect for Ankalaev's game with the approach. It was highly tactical.
Yeah.
It was highly strategically driven rather than going in there and treating it like a free-for-all.
Yeah.
That's why he was leading with the leg kicks, which was so effective.
Yeah. I think Ankalaev is going to be champ eventually. It's just, he should be champ, but he's still young. He's only like 30 years old, which is insane.
For light heavyweight, that's a baby.
Yeah. And like, if he's doing that now, in like 2-3 years' time, I think he'll be unbeatable. Because he's got everything there. Like, everything's there. He's got the striking. He's got the ground game. He's got the speed at that weight class, which is very important. So I think Ankalaev is definitely going to be a big deal in a few years.
Well,
right now, but like I'm saying, in a few years, no one's going to be able to stop him.
The problem that the UFC have in the light heavyweight division is there's no real huge marketing star for them there at the moment. Which is probably why Dana reacts like that when shit goes wrong in the light heavyweight division. He's angry.
He's like, oh, how about Brazil? Jamahal Hill versus Glover Teixeira. How about that? That's what he said.
Yeah, because Hill was more of a marketing kind of push
but
kind of
he's
thing,
like
you know?
number 7, and he lost to Paul Craig recently. I know Ankalaev lost to Paul Craig as well, but that was a long time ago.
This is it, though. Like, people say, oh, but his number... Like, people were in the TikTok comments saying, oh, a ranked fighter, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you guys something, right? If you still believe the UFC rankings mean anything...
Not even that. It's just
you are a child.
Yeah.
You are an absolute child.
Yeah.
They don't care. It was just another way. They only introduced them, right, to make the sport look a bit more official and for them to hide behind the look of professionalism.
So... The only thing I'm saying is like Ankalaev's ranked number 7, but then I guess if you look at it, Anthony Smith, no, we wouldn't want to see him versus Glover again. Rakic is injured, and then it's Ankalaev, Blachowicz, and Yuri, and they're all, you know, those two just fought, and Yuri's injured, so it doesn't make sense why it's Jamahal Hill.
We're gonna do Glover versus someone. It should be Glover versus Ankalaev.
It should be realistically, but he pissed off the boss. So. I thought it would be. Initially after the fight, I'm like, oh, they're going to do Glover versus Ankalaev. Because they're going to treat Ankalaev like he's some sort of winner and then have Glover because, you know, he was meant to fight for the belt. But to just take Ankalaev out completely, I think that's a bit harsh.
I mean, what the UFC... Yeah, but the problem is none of this matters.
Yeah.
Right? Because what the UFC has on its side is people think they care.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
They'll watch it anyway.
Yeah.
And they'll forget about this.
Of course I'll still watch it, but...
They'll forget about this in a month.
Anyway... If Ankalaev gets the title shot against any of those two, I think he'll win either way, regardless. Like I think he'll beat both of those guys. But
you'd think so, but you never know.
You never know, but yeah.
You never know.
Jamahal Hill is this, you know, he's a sneaky guy. You know, he's like, you know, he's a good fighter. We just haven't seen like him fight like the best dudes, but you know, he is putting guys away. Yeah. So,
I mean, again, styles make fights. I think that's a bad matchup for him, Ankalaev.
What against
Hill? That's a bad matchup for Hill.
Okay.
I think he'll need someone who's willing to stay on their feet.
Don't you think Ankalaev will just take him down, though?
That's what I'm saying. It's a bad matchup for Hill.
Oh,
so right. Ankalaev will just take him down and keep him there.
Oh, okay, fine.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Ankalaev is a bad matchup for anyone. That guy's a fucking beast, man. Glover, tell you what, Glover would do well.
Glover, yeah, but...
Glover would do very well against Ankalaev.
He's obviously older now, so who knows?
Yeah, but I'd like to see that.
Yuri and Ankalaev would be a war. Because, like, you can't really stop Yuri. Like, even on the ground, you can't stop him.
How long is Yuri out for?
It's a bad injury, I think, so.
Really? Hopefully he's the same when he comes back.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about co-main?
Mr. Paddy Pimblett versus Mr. Gordon. Right.
You were correct, by the way.
Was I?
Yeah, you said he would stop him or he would get a decision.
Yeah.
So basically, the only two outcomes except a draw or DQ you said. So, well done, man.
What can I say? Once again, I get another MMA prediction correct.
Yeah, well done, man.
Right. Okay. For the people who don't know, shall I explain what's happened?
Yeah, go on.
So, Mr. Pimblett versus Mr. Gordon had a bout. Everyone thought, you little pricks, that Paddy was going to walk over him.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone thought that. The betting lines showed that. We thought that. That didn't happen. And by all intents and purposes, there was a robbery involved.
Yeah.
How that happens, you tell me. That's another conversation. Now, you asked me last week. You knew what you were doing, you dirty little motherfucker. All right? Does Paddy Pimblett beat, and then you went through the UFC lightweight division. And I said he beats basically most of the top 10. Now, before I go on to insult you bastards in the comment section, do I still believe that? Not gonna lie, I've seen something a little bit different.
Yeah.
But that's MMA.
Yeah.
At one point, Joe Rogan thought Ronda Rousey could beat some of the men in the UFC bantamweight division. We now know that was never going to happen. Things change fast in MMA. So now we move on to the comment section. People calling me all sorts. He's a casual.
They told me to get you off the podcast.
They told him to get me off the podcast. I'm the fucking co-host. What else did they say? They told me I should burn in hell They told me that they're going to come attack my mum. No, I didn't say any of this.
Someone sent a message like, just stop.
Just stop.
Stop. And I replied, no.
People were duetting it, wearing high-vis jackets in the United States, saying, with all due respect, this guy has no clue what he's talking about. I got fucking Theo Von in the United States calling me out. We got kids in their mum's basements cussing me and then going onto Pornhub.
Do you think Paddy deserved to win?
No, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is, in my defense, right? People are saying Paddy doesn't beat anyone in the top 15. Let's get a few things straight, yeah? Before Paddy got into the UFC, the narrative was, this man is God's gift. How is he not in the UFC? And he's going to come because he's a young guy and he's going to smash it. And in the first 3 bouts or 2 fights in the UFC, all stoppages in the first or second round, right? This narrative about Paddy not being able to beat anyone in the top 15 didn't exist until about 17 hours ago, yeah? Or 24 hours ago now, right? Fast forward to the comment section. Guys, MMA maths doesn't work. It doesn't work, right? And you can look this up for yourself. Go online and write in MMA math predictive value. And some guy's done the numbers. MMA maths works 10% of the time. So to say Paddy can't beat anyone in the top 15 is complete bollocks, because the top 15 is imaginary. It doesn't exist. Paddy might lose to someone you don't know about in another organization and beat Dariush for all we know. Or beat Gamrot. Because styles make fights. So forget about this top 15 narrative. It's mental.
His style can't be anyone, though, I don't think.
Of course his style can be everyone.
His style does anything to anyone.
What? Bro. Are you lot on crack?
The only thing he has over certain guys is jiu-jitsu. Striking-wise, they pretty much all of them will fucking knock him out.
He's 20-3.
Yeah.
He must be. He's
20-3 versus who though?
He's a Cage Warriors champion.
Cage Warriors.
He's done everything he's supposed to do in the sport. He's 27 years old. No, you're not even supposed to be sniffing a lightweight title until you're about 31.
Okay.
He's got 4 years before we can really judge him.
True. Fair enough.
And here's another point, right? Edmund Shabazian.
Yeah.
Lost 4 or 5 or something ridiculous like that. 25 years old, young guy, about a year and a half younger than Paddy is. Because Edmund Shabazian doesn't have the reputation of Paddy, there is no narrative saying Edmund Shabazian is a scrub who can't do anything.
I mean,
the thing is,
everyone's written him off though.
No, they haven't. Where is that narrative? People don't.
Yeah, because
I have not. People don't talk about that. People don't rip him. I've heard people say, right, Paddy is the worst UFC fighter of all time.
Okay, that's harsh.
That's ridiculous.
That's dumb.
Put some respect on CM Punk's name. He worked very hard for that.
That's dumb, yeah.
Right? But my point is, this isn't about skill. This is about personal feelings. Yeah. I'm not a big... After this week, I find Paddy a little bit cringy now.
Yeah.
After what we've discovered about him this week and his attitude.
Yeah.
Right? So this has got nothing to do with Paddy's ability, and it's got everything to do with how you feel with him as a person. Because Edmund was on a 4-fight scrub, and this narrative was not nearly as harsh as it is for Paddy. And there's 2 reasons for that. 1, clout, and 2, feelings towards the guy.
Yeah. How did you actually see the fight going, though, like itself?
How I scored it?
Yeah, how'd you score the Paddy fight, yeah?
I don't know what Paddy was thinking.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was dumb, man.
Don't know what this shit was.
I had it 30-27 to Jared Gordon. I don't know about you.
I thought
Jared won everything.
I think I gave him the second.
You think?
I think I gave Paddy the second.
Okay.
But only slightly.
Yeah.
The third, I mean, barely anything happened in the third.
Yeah, but Jared, he was the one controlling, so.
Yeah, but the only thing is controlling is the last thing.
But the thing is, I don't think Paddy should be having a close fight with a guy like this.
Why?
Because who's Jared Gordon? He's 34.
Right.
He's basically a journeyman, and what's
his record?
19 wins, 6 losses.
That's not a journeyman's record.
It's not a journeyman's record.
Look up Jalen Turner's record right now.
Jalen Turner's record.
Yeah, if I pronounce his name correctly.
Listen, it's
look it up right now.
Listen, it's a journeyman record in MMA.
Do me a favor, look up Jalen Turner's record right now.
Okay. Jalen Turner.
And we'll have a discussion about records in MMA. Because I'm sick of the comments.
13-5.
13-5.
Yeah.
Jalen Turner
Jalen Turner's 27 though.
And considered a prospect. But
Yeah.
one's 13-5 and the other one's 19-6
Yeah.
in the UFC lightweight division. 34 by the champion is around that age.
I get what you. I get what
Do you see what I'm saying? These records can be misleading.
Yeah.
Everything about MMA records is misleading.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but just based on.
That's a rule of thumb.
Yeah, I guess
That's the problem. These are all rules of thumb. Jalen Turner, apparently, Paddy has no business. Sorry, I'm a bit emotional today. Paddy has no business beating Jalen Turner.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's this world beater who can't be touched, according to some people in the comments. He's 13-5. So clearly someone's beaten this guy. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not trying to cuss Jalen Turner. I think he's a good fighter, right? Am I even saying his name right? Is that how you pronounce it? Jalen.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever. But the point being is, it's all about your personal opinions and nothing to do with skill sets. MMA maths doesn't work. The reason why I feel like Paddy can beat some of those guys is because the reason why I think he can beat someone like Sakarian, I can't pronounce his name, right? Because again, the reason I said at the time,
he's not being Sakarian.
My opinion's a little bit different now.
He's not being Sakarian, but
because his pressure was at the what I thought at the time was really good, and his jiu-jitsu is creative, and I could see someone with Sakarian style struggling with that. Okay. Especially over 3 rounds. I think if it was a 5-round fight, I would favour Sakarian.
Yes.
Because Sakarian was also a slow starter.
Yeah, Sakarian will beat him. Definitely.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But my point is, right, you lot say you're not dick riders, but you really are. But you just ride each other's dicks on the MMA forums.
Yeah.
Not the fighters' dicks. You just ride each other's dicks. Suck your mums.
Yeah, but the thing about Paddy, why he should have beat Jared Gordon is, one thing is that, Jared Gordon's not going to, he's not, I don't even know what ranking he is. Is he top 30, top 20, whatever? Jared Gordon is really a 145er. He's a midget. Like, Paddy should have handled that. So then I can't see Paddy beating big lightweights like Jalen, Gaethje, Chandler. Do you know what I mean? I just don't see that happening.
Maybe.
So
maybe.
Okay. Do you still see him beating anyone in the do you still see Paddy beating anyone in the top 15?
Yes.
Okay, should we go for it again?
Okay.
Should we go for it again?
All right.
Okay, so
revised.
A revised list of who Paddy beats in the top 15.
Have they updated it since the weekend?
No.
All right.
So this is a revised list of who Paddy would beat at 155. Okay.
All right.
Tony Ferguson.
Yes.
Conor McGregor.
No.
Renato Moicano.
Yes.
Fuck you, bro. Damir Ismagulov.
I don't know who that is.
Fucking casual. Dan Hooker.
Do you know what? I'm going to say no.
I'll
change my mind about that.
Jalen Turner.
Yeah.
He won't. No. Arman Sukarian.
I think he can. Over 3 rounds, yeah.
Gamrot.
Yeah, maybe.
No. Dos Anjos.
Yeah, maybe.
No. Fiziev.
No.
Definitely not. Chandler.
Maybe.
No. Dariush.
No.
Gaethje.
Maybe.
No. Poirier.
No.
Oliveira.
No.
Makachev.
Yeah. I'm joking. No. I love how angry these people get about this.
Making me angry.
Guys, the top 15 is illusionary. Don't worry about all that. He could lose to someone who's not even in the top 20. Right?
One thing I'll say about Paddy is, about Paddy, in like 2-3 years' time, I wouldn't be shocked if he beat a guy like Gaethje, just because if he.
So you agree with me?
No, in like 2-3
That's what I'm saying.
But right now, no.
He's 27.
Okay.
He's younger than you. He's my age.
Okay.
He's a baby.
I'm only saying it because if he learns striking,
problem.
if he actually learns striking,
he is ugly in it.
Okay, but clearly he doesn't have proper striking ability. But if he learned the striking ability and force takedowns more, I'm sure he could submit Gaethje.
Right.
But right now, bro, his striking was not it, man. He was like, do you know what I mean? He was like straight like an ironing board.
All right, what about Bryce Mitchell then? Why is this narrative? Why isn't this narrative out about Bryce Mitchell? Because his hands looked god awful against Topuria.
He did land good on Topuria. Topuria looked a bit rocked at times.
I didn't really feel like that. I didn't really feel like it was trouble with the hands.
We'll get into that one after. But Paddy,
oh.
so do you think you still think Paddy will be champ?
Okay, the only reason I said that I feel like Paddy would be champ, so banter to get him on the podcast, right? I don't think Paddy's gonna beat Islam in this current
Do you
in the
think
current
Paddy
crop.
will be top 5 in 2 years?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on his growth. If I told you 2 years ago Charles Oliveira was gonna be champion, what would you have said? No
2
way.
years ago, he just beat Kevin Lee, so
Okay, 3 years ago then.
probably not.
No.
Yeah.
See, things can change so quick in this
True.
sport.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's going to be 29. He's got 2 years of development, all the money in the world to work on it.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? You know he's going to get the right fights because the UFC love him and Dana White wanks off to a photo to him every night.
Fuck.
So he's probably going to get the right development.
That relationship's so weird.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think Paddy's had a bad PR week.
it's
Terrible.
so weird, man. They're just both like sucking each other off, and it's gross.
Listen.
It's like the Conor one I get, like, you know, Dana was backing Conor and everything, but Conor was doing shit, like he was knocking out world champions. Paddy's just he's top 25, like he's not even, like, why is Dana going so hard for the guy? And then they go out Ariel. That was so gross, man.
I'm going to say this, and I'm only going to say it once. Leave Ariel Shakur alone.
Ariel Shakur. Yeah.
That guy is undefeated, bro.
He's undefeated. Oh, man. Like, yeah, that was just dumb to go at him.
A mistake.
Yeah, it
a
was
mistake.
stupid.
A mistake. Leave that guy alone. Ariel comes with receipts.
Bro, he comes with receipts. He comes with a whole PowerPoint presentation. Facts,
and a media machine.
Voice notes. Yeah, Ariel's just too good at that shit, man.
And you know what's impressive about it? He does it
Yeah.
without ever crossing the line where anyone could hold like, oh, that was out of pocket for bringing this into
So
it.
he went at Brendan Schaub pretty good. But for this one, he was more like...
I don't think he was out of pocket with Brendan either.
Brendan was good.
Yeah.
Brendan like made him a fucking legend.
Yeah. And he's never out of pocket. He'll never say anything where like, whoa, don't bring that up. It's only he brings facts.
Can I ask you one more question?
Go on.
Do you think Paddy Pimblett's racist?
What's he done that's racist? Maybe I've missed this.
A bit xenophobic comments.
What did
like
he say?
Ilya Taporia, he's like, speak English, go back to your own country.
Did he say that?
Yeah, and then he had a few tweets to Mohammed Mokayev as well.
What did he say
like,
to Mokayev?
You don't really represent England. You're not from England.
Yeah, that's not on.
Yeah,
That's
and
not
then
on.
the way he's going at Ariel calling him a rat, it sounds a bit, you know. I'm obviously stepping like a few steps here, but it just seems a little bit.
There's this still undertone of people who think then, I mean, we're going off topic, right?
Yeah.
Guys like that, I feel like I've grown up with guys like that.
Yeah.
Where they can't see why what they're saying is racist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How's that racist? It's just facts.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's racist. What you're saying is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You little rat.
Yeah, exactly.
You little rat.
When you say rat, it just has an air of racism to
Yeah,
it.
it does. Calling someone a rat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't go at the king. Ariel, we respect you. We love you.
Yeah, I love Ariel, man.
The irony to
Still
say...
free Palestine, but we love Ariel.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
Ariel's sick.
He ain't said shit
Ariel's
about that.
the best... No, he's a Zionist.
What's he said about...
He's a Zionist. He backs Israel, but it's fine.
He's
a good journalist.
When does he ever speak about that?
He speaks about it a few times.
Oh, really? Okay.
But still free Palestine, but Ariel is the best journalist in MMA.
Yeah, I mean...
But still free Palestine more.
Yeah. I mean, listen, facts are facts, you know. Putin's an arsehole.
Yeah. Nancy Pelosi's a bitch.
I tell you. People...
Should we go through the
I
rest
love
of
it.
the
I love it when people say, don't get me wrong, or they'll say something mad like, you know what it is about Putin? He's an arsehole, but... And it's like, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Yeah, Kanye.
Hitler.
Yeah.
Hitler was cool.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
That's the Paddy thing, yeah.
Should we go to the rest of the card?
Do you know what? I feel better now.
Should we go through the rest of the card?
No. I'm joking. Yeah, let's go through it.
So.
Are you okay? Do you need a moment?
Yeah. So.
Tissues?
Do I need tissue?
Yeah.
Do I?
No. As in, like, are you going to cry?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Hamza, what do you think of Darren Till's performance on the weekend?
Listen, brother, that was disgusting, brother. Darren, brother, what you doing, brother? What you doing, brother? I wrestled with you for 1 year, brother. We smash, brother. You smash nobody, brother. I bring you this beach Hollywood Arnold Schwarzenegger looking guy, brother. You still no beat him, brother. What's going on, brother? Come on, brother. Do better, brother. You come back to Russia, brother. We teach you proper wrestling, brother. You go to
Sweden,
whatever, brother. No one cares, brother. Who are you, brother? I smashed these two guys, brother. Right. We go to Thailand, brother. I go there, I smash all those guys. We have whole gym to ourselves, brother. You want some hummus, brother?
Do you think he's gonna? Do you think Hamzat's gonna disown Darren Till now?
Who is Darren Till, brother?
What I want to know is, what did Darren Till learn from
He
Hamzat?
learned nothing.
Where was the takedown defense? Where was it, bro? What did he learn, man?
You know when your boy has like 100 hours of driving lessons and
Yeah.
still fails?
Yeah.
It's like, have you learned nothing?
Bro, them Donnies who revise in the library for 19 hours and get a fucking 2-2. Darren Till, man.
You left your family.
I don't know.
Bro, imagine getting fucked up by Hamza for a year and still not winning.
And still lose to Drickus Duplessis. It was a good fight, though. It was a great fight. Like, Darren Till vs. Drickus was a great fight. You know, fight of the night. It was a war, you know. I just don't get why did Darren Till, like, in the first round kind of concede that position? Like, I feel like he could have exploded out of there. Maybe I'm wrong, you know.
He just looked flat.
He just looked flat. But then the second round, he looked really good. You know, he looked back like he was, you know, landing some really good knees, some good punches. And then the third round, he just flat again.
I have an opinion that's just occurred to me. I think Darren might overtrain
Potentially, yeah.
because he looks knackered.
He always has an adrenaline dump. Like,
Yeah.
he always looks, you know.
He looks knackered by the time he gets into the ring. Fight MMA fighters, you hear Henry Cejudo talking about this all the time. It's all about peaking at the right time, and you should be peaking just before your fight. I reckon he peaks mid-camp and then is on his way down by the time he gets into the octagon, because he always just looks emotionally and physically done.
Yeah.
And that's why he probably is injured so much, because he's overtraining.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Like, you go to camp with Hamza,
yeah.
but Hamza's been training like that his entire life, so his body's used to it. He's
I
accustomed
wonder why
to it.
Hamza wasn't in his corner.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking as well. You'd think it'd be like, I was in your corner, so you'd
Also,
be in my
Darren
corner,
Till
you know?
seemed a bit too nice to the guy as well. Like, at the press conference, he's like, I can't insult him because South Africans are so nice. Like, just like,
Yeah, I mean,
I think he should have been a bit more savage because that guy was coming for his head, man.
yeah, that I'm not so concerned about. Honestly, I think the answer might be he's overtraining. I think he needs to get some proper. I don't know if he already has, but some proper sports science behind what his work.
What do you think is the next move for Darren Till? Stay at middleweight, go to welterweight. Who would he fight?
I mean, put it this way: if Pereira can make middleweight. It's an extreme example. Till should technically be able to make
He should
welterweight.
make welterweight. I think he definitely should go back to welterweight. He's not strong enough for 185. He can't handle the grappling at 185.
Yeah.
At 170, I think he should come back and fight, you know, someone safe like Daniel Rodriguez, number 15. Get that win, get back into the rankings at welterweight, go from there. Because he's still young, man. He's still got potential. He just needs to, like, even after this fight, I'm still not going to write him off because there was a little flicker of hope there. Some people are saying he should retire. Nah, he shouldn't retire. I think definitely go 170.
Why retire?
170, get disciplined, go fight Daniel Rodriguez or, you know, someone, you know, that's not, like, gonna grapple, someone that's not, like, really gonna knock him out.
Yeah.
Go from there, man. Get back into the rankings.
Retiring would be ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be
If he was
ludicrous.
getting starched like Cody Garbrandt, then yeah.
Yeah.
But he's, you know,
He said he tore his ACL.
yeah, he's you know, in that aspect, maybe because he's had a few of those. He's had a lot of, like, you know, bad injuries. And it's
What do you think? What do you think of my overtraining theory? It kind of makes sense now that you think about it, innit?
Yeah. That's probably why he keeps getting injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like your muscle tendons get a lot more sensitive if they're under all that pressure all the time. I reckon he should maybe get in touch with someone like Henry Cejudo and ask for advice on sports science.
What do you think's next for Drickus Duplessis?
I do not give a shit.
Fuck you.
I don't know why. I don't
He
care.
looked really good, man.
Did he?
He looked really good.
I don't know if he looked really good or if Darren Till looked really poor.
He's got potential. I don't think he'll be champion, but I'd like to see him versus, you know, Vittori,
I don't like his name.
Costa. Well, he's South African. He probably was racist back in the day.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would like to see him versus, you know, Paulo, Derek, Brunson. I'd like to see him against those guys.
I mean, he's gonna be against those guys, but
Yeah.
it just seems a little bit uninteresting to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. There's nothing about him that makes me go, oh, that's someone to watch. I might be completely wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So, my personal fight of the night was Mitchell versus Topuria. What do you
Fight.
think of that?
Proper fight. I had no horse in that race. I don't think you did either. It was one of
I
those.
told you Topuria was gonna bang him.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Played the clip back.
I said
I'm pretty sure
Topuria's gonna fuck him up.
I'm pretty sure on this podcast.
No, I said Topuria's gonna fuck him up.
We'll have to watch.
I
it
said I said it's a close fight, but I'm just gonna go with Topuria because Topuria's a savage.
I don't know what I said. I think I just sat on the fence.
You said you sat on the fence, but
Yeah.
I said Topuria.
Yeah, I mean, the difference was in the striking ability
That's exactly what I said, by the way.
and the sharpness of Topuria's movement
This
was
is
impressive.
Exactly what I said last week. I said his striking is savage, his body shots, clinical. I said all that.
And his grappling is much more explosive,
Yeah.
which helped a lot.
The fight was it was a firefight, man. It was so good. Topuria was just fucking savage, man. The way he was landing on him.
You can see where he needs to improve. He's 25.
Yeah, he's 25. Oh, he's gonna be so good, man.
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell, he did look good for a few moments. Like he did have some good moments standing. But Topuria, man, when he finished the fight, it's the worst thing because he fucked him up standing.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking clamps on his neck, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, it was so savage. And Bryce Mitchell was the one who was meant to submit him. I know Topuria's obviously got, a good ground game too, but it was all about, if Bryce, because Joe Rogan was like, Topuria doesn't want to be with Bryce on the ground. And then
That was wrong.
Topuria just like, fucking, he's like, oh, no, thank you.
Wrong.
I don't do that. So,
I think it was one of those moments where you kind of really get to see the difference in striking ability between some fighters. Because whenever Bryce even remotely stepped into mid-range, he was punished.
pretty much, yeah, he was, bro.
And he was trying to maintain distance with the leg kicks, and Topuria was like, these little pitter-patter leg kicks aren't going to do shit.
Yeah.
You need to get someone like Topuria's respect.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, he's like one of those pit bulls. You need to punch him in the nose fast and hard straight away. Otherwise, he's just going to walk forward.
So, Topuria is 25. He looks really good. He's going to be ranked number 9.
So many young killers now in the UFC. Mad, isn't it?
So, do you think he would beat most of the top 8?
Should we do this with him?
Yeah, so Topuria versus the top 8 at featherweight.
Okay.
Giga Chikadze.
How old is he?
He's pretty old.
I'm going to say Topuria.
Calvin Kattar.
If he grapples him, he wins.
Korean Zombie.
Beats him on age.
Josh Emmett.
If he grapples him, he wins.
Arnold Allen.
Arnold Allen wins at the moment.
Ortega.
I don't know what Ortega's mentally at. I'm going to say I don't know.
Yair Rodriguez.
Actually, I'm going Ortega for now.
Rodriguez.
I'm going to... I don't know. I need to think about that one more.
Max Holloway.
Yeah, you've got to say Holloway.
Volk. I think
Volk.
Topuria is only 25 years old.
He's got a lot of room.
He's got a lot of room to improve. 4 or 5 years' time, he's probably going to be champion. So, like, right now, obviously, don't push him to title shot.
Again, he's ahead of his... These fighters, they're athletes, right?
Yeah.
They're on programs, they're on schedules. He's way ahead of his schedule.
Okay.
Where he should be at, he's way ahead.
Yeah. Well, so, how does Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett go? Because obviously they beefed.
Oh, Topuria wins
Topuria fucks him up, bro.
Violent.
That's savage. And he's 145 too.
Because Topuria can match the jiu-jitsu and he's got better striking.
Fuck, who gives a fuck about matching the jiu-jitsu? He's going to bang him standing. Gonna knock him out.
One thing to be interesting about Topuria is how he does over 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah, but he's 25. He'll work that out.
another thing we don't know about Topuria yet. We know he's good at being the hammer. How is he at being the nail? We don't know.
Well, he looked a little bit hurt versus Bryce, and he turned it on. A little bit hurt, not very hurt, but he turned
momentary.
He turned it back on, and he finished him in a savage way. So
Yeah, but I'm saying
that's all like learning stuff. Like he's only 25. He'll get there.
yeah. That's one. But
2-3 years time, he's gonna be a 5-round machine.
Yeah. So I think Paddy stops him in the first round in 10 seconds.
Bro,
I'm joking.
Paddy's gonna have to. There's gonna be an obituary for Paddy if he fights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna ride the Topuria train from now on. He was quality.
Do you think Paddy beats Tony Ferguson? Do you actually think?
Bro, that's not a controversial opinion now.
I know. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
I don't think he even beats Tony Ferguson.
Bro, Tony Ferguson's in the retirement house right now, drinking mint tea.
Yeah, like he could
yelling
Tony
at pictures
Ferguson,
of Khabib.
But Tony Ferguson might land some spinning shit on him.
I saw Tony Ferguson yelling at the postman this morning.
Yeah, okay. Fine. He probably would beat Tony
I'm confident.
You think?
It'll be a young good guy
Yeah.
beats an old, formerly good guy every day of the week. It's the oldest story in MMA and in
Yeah.
boxing.
Yeah, I know it is, but I don't even think Paddy has that ability though.
Oh, you lot,
He
man.
might. He might.
You lot jump on and off a dick
He
so
might.
quickly. It's unbelievable. Fucking hell.
I don't. Yeah. The
You bastards.
well, what do you think's next for Paddy though?
They're just going to give him another guy that the UFC hope would be a good match.
The thing is, we talk about top 15. There's like killers between 20 and 15.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These rankings are bollocks.
But like
they're all bollocks.
20 to 15, do you think he's going to beat Guram Kutateladze? I can't even say his name. Do you think he's going to beat him? Terrence McKinney?
That's what I mean. Terrence McKinney's a good, very...
Grant Dawson? Like,
Terrence-
there's some good guys there.
I would say Terrence McKinney.
I think he starches Paddy Pimblett.
Terrence McKinney. Let's do Terrence McKinney against the top 10.
Right now, it's going to be tough for him.
All right.
Or any of them.
All right.
Because he just lost to Drew Dober. And even Drew Dober versus Paddy Pimblett is tough.
But then Drew Dober's probably beating people in the top 10 right now or in the top 15 right now.
Possibly.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
MMA maths doesn't work.
Drew Dober's not even ranked.
MMA maths doesn't
Drew
work.
Dober would probably beat Tony Ferguson. Because Tony Ferguson and Conor McGregor are hanging on to those rankings. They shouldn't be there.
Do you know what? What does Conor McGregor even have left?
I don't even know why he's at 14.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you see my point?
Oh, hold on.
It's all. I'm pretty sure McGregor's still in the pound for pound rankings.
Hold on.
I think he is.
So I'm looking at the UFC rankings. If you look at like wild MMA rankings written by, journalists, if we look at lightweight, let's look at lightweight, okay. So, if we look at lightweight, Paddy, the wild rankings at lightweight,
Who makes these rankings?
this is by rankingmma.com. They basically do it based off like all organizations. So AJ McKee's like number 11.
All right.
So if you look at that, if you look at like 2021, Bobby Green, Moises, Diego Ferreira, I think he could beat like Ferreira probably, but like Moises, Green, I don't know. He'd probably beat Moises too, actually standing. But Green, I think Green would even box his head off. Bobby Green. I think Paddy needs
Is he not a drug ban?
Yeah, but he'll come back.
Right.
I'm just saying, based on the actual fighter.
He popped for like basically everything, innit?
Yeah.
I love that. It just took everything. He lost to Makachev. Was like, fuck this, I'm getting
So
on the roids.
I think what Paddy needs to do to improve is obviously striking. One of the main things he needs to do, because it looked very average.
I think Paddy needs to get
It didn't-
himself on a good steroid cycle.
Yeah, okay, but
No, genuinely.
yeah, maybe.
Because I don't think
Okay.
he's on it, and a lot of them are, so he might as well just
But
jump
in a
on it.
serious way, he needs to do some striking. He needs to learn. Whatever. Go to like AKA. Go to like, I don't know, Thailand, whatever. And then also offensive wrestling, very important. Like he needs to know how to take dudes down, not just rely on the jiu-jitsu purely. So I think if he gets all those things, he could be a top 10 guy, maybe. But right now,
You see that internet? Get on him. Get on him. How dare he?
if this guy
Wow.
who fought if the guy who fought
Paddy can't even beat CM Punk. What
if
are you
the
on
guy
about?
who fought Gordon is gonna go up against the top 15, he's fucked.
These guys in the comments were talking like they could beat Paddy.
They were, yeah.
They really
Yeah.
were, innit? They were talking so much smoke.
So I think there's two options for Paddy.
Yeah.
One, give him a top 20 guy, give him Tony Ferguson, whatever. Or the other one is just give him Conor McGregor. Just fuck it. Because he's not going to be a champ.
Yeah.
He's not going to beat top 5 guys. Because he's going to lose. The way it's going, he's going to lose his next fight. If he fights Terrence McKinney, if he fights, if he fights Sukarian, if he fights any of those Fiziev, if he fights any of those dudes, or Topuria, he's fucked. If he fights Conor McGregor, he might lose, he might win, but it's a big payday for
And
both
stock.
guys. And it's like the old versus the new.
People won't
Dana
really-
White's gonna fucking come all over it. Do you know what I mean? So,
I don't care about that.
yeah.
Do you care about that fight?
What, that fight?
Yeah.
No, I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
it. But I'm just saying that's probably what UFC should do. Just do Paddy versus Conor.
Maybe. I don't think they'll do that. I generally don't see that happening. What else do we have on the agenda for today? Rosas Jr., should we talk about him? quickly.
Yeah.
Quick word on him.
Rosas Jr.
Well, so he beat a guy, but that guy wasn't ranked.
Yeah.
So he's clearly a scrub.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit, and he should probably just go back to high school.
Bro, he's 18.
Watch. You see those bellends,
Yeah.
in the comment section. Paul Rosas Jr., if he even goes 3 rounds with someone,
Yeah.
these lot are going to be in the comments saying, I knew he was a scrub. He's like 12 years old, bruv.
Bro, he's 18 until he's 25. Like,
He's really good. Kind of butters.
come on, man.
He is a little bit butters. But he's really good.
Raul Rosas Jr. looked really good, man. He's
Yeah.
18 years old, 7-0.
Yeah.
First win in the UFC. Marketable.
Yeah.
Flying the flag for Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, he's got potential to be
He's
a big
really
guy. But,
good.
it's going to take a few years. Don't give him number 15 tomorrow. Build him up. Give him, like, these level guys. Get him to, like, 10, 12-0. And maybe when he's, like, 20, 21, give him a ranked... He'll get a ranked opponent before that, but, don't push him like Sage Northcutt.
No.
Don't do that. Don't make that mistake again. They
Bruv,
keep making that mistake. So
he's so ahead of his development schedule. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
do you know what's mad? Just imagine, like, he wins that fight, gets performance of the night, submission, rear naked choke, and then today he's revising for his A levels. Like,
Basically, he is.
that's
probably.
mad. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the
level
A levels are in America, but yeah.
That level of focus is homeschooled now.
Okay.
He decided to be homeschooled so he'd have more time for training.
It's insane. And he's such a humble guy, the way he asked for, like, a
Yeah.
minivan so his mum can drive him around. Like, it's cute.
That interview was a big success for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely, like, he's like the new kid on the block.
Yeah. In my head, I was thinking, bro, please put the hat on Joe Rogan
Yeah.
and build that little tradition with him. That would have been the clever thing to do.
Yeah.
But he didn't
There's
do it.
There's a one girl who, like, jumps on Joe
Yeah,
Rogan
yeah.
and lets lift.
But that shit is good marketing.
Yeah.
It works. Worked for Khabib, works for that girl. Could work
Oh,
for
the
him.
Khabib hat thing. Yeah.
Camo shorts. That worked. Shit like that really works.
That didn't work.
I mean, it did.
Taporia saw him. The camo shorts did not work, bro.
Topuria still found you.
Taporia still found you, man.
Topuria looks like he should talk like a Dagestani in it.
Yeah, because he's Georgian,
Yeah.
like, so yeah, he should. But
But he's got that
he's got a bit of Spanish. Yeah,
He grew up in Spain.
yeah,
Alicante.
yeah. What else have we got? So MMA fighting.
Is there anything else?
No, I think we covered most of it, man.
Should we wrap this up so we can go watch Batman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for coming to the Punchline podcast. For all the haters in the comments, it is quite amusing. We've had a good time with you. Keep it going because it's good for the algorithm. Again, opinions are opinions. I was a little bit off. In fact, I was a lot off. All right. But that's life. We're having fun, guys. I'm having fun. He's having fun. You're probably wrong a lot as well. We're all wrong. This guy's got blue hair. Make sure you like, subscribe, send Farhan some nudes.
Hit that bell end.
Hit the bell end as many times as you can. Make sure your mum and your dad are having regular intercourse because it's good for their relationship. And see you soon.